Hi students, this is A. Mandrik Rajesh. In this video, we are going to discuss a topic called bioprospecting. Bioprospecting means it is a process in which exploration of microorganisms, wild plants and animals for commercially valuable genetic and biochemical resources. In many cases, bioprospecting is a search for organic compounds from microorganisms, plants and fungi that can grow in extreme environment such as deserts, rainforest, high salinity environment and hot springs. For example, Taq polymerase. It is an enzyme which is derived from a bacteria, Thermus aquaticus. So that bacteria can live in high temperature. It can withstand the high temperature. So that polymerase enzyme which is derived from that bacteria can withstand high temperature, and that polymerase, that is the Taq polymerase, are widely used in a technique called PCR, polymerase chain reaction technique. So we are derived a genetic material or a biochemical resource from a microorganism or a plant or a fungi useful to the human welfare. We are using that chemical resources for the welfare of human or mankind. Then the bioprospecting process involves search for the commercially valuable product, then collection of the commercially valuable product and derive the genetic material from that organism, and that can be used in agriculture, pharmaceuticals and industries. So we can define the bioprospecting in simple terms: the investigation of living things to see how that can be commercially useful to humans, and that process is called this bioprospecting process. Then bioprospecting process involves 4 phases. They are: phase 1, on-site collection of samples. On-site collection of samples. So the samples were collected at a particular environment where they are present. Then phase 2, isolation and characterization and culture of specific compounds. So first we have to isolate the specific compound, and then we have to characterize, we have to analyze the characteristic feature of that specific compound, and we have to culture that specific compound. That is the second phase. The third phase, screening for potential uses and such as pharmaceutical and other uses. So we have to test whether that biochemical resource or the genetic informations can be used in pharmaceutical or other uses. Then phase 4, product development and commercialization, and including patenting, trials, sales and marketing. So the fourth phase, the product development and commercialization. So it can be sell as a commodity or a market valuable product, then including patenting, trades, sales and marketing. So that's all about the bioprospecting process and its phases which are involved in that process. Then I'm going to tell about the biopiracy. Let me tell about biopiracy. Biopiracy can be defined as the manipulation of intellectual property rights law by corporations to gain exclusive control over national genetic resources without giving any proper recognition or remuneration to the original possessors of those resources. That means the exploitation of traditional knowledge or indigenous knowledge without the knowledge of original possessors, without paying proper payment to the original possessors, or exploitation of traditional knowledge without any proper authentication, and that condition is called as biopiracy. Example for biopiracy includes biopiracy of neem, biopiracy of turmeric and biopiracy of basmati. All these 3 products are indigenous to Indo-Pak subcontinent. Let us talk about biopiracy of neem. The people of India use the neem oil and neem effectively in fungal and bacterial infections. Indians have shared this knowledge to entire world, and that knowledge was pirated by the United States Department of Agriculture and an American multinational company, W.R. Grace. They tried to get a patent from European Patent Office. They extracted hydrophobic neem oil and they tell us it contains antibacterial and fungicidal activity. And India finally fought against this patent and they prove this knowledge is indigenous to Indians, and finally our traditional knowledge was protected. Biopiracy of turmeric. The United States Patent and Trademark Office granted patent to the use of turmeric in the year 1995. Actually, Indians were widely used the turmeric as a home remedy to heal wounds and skin rashes. So, it was mentioned in the journal article published by Indian Medical Association in the year 1953. Therefore, with this proof, Indians proved it was a not new invention. It is already mentioned in our Indian Medical Association in the year 1953. And India fought against that patent. Finally, our indigenous knowledge was protected. Then, biopiracy of basmati. On September 2, 1997, the US Patent and Trademark Office granted patent on basmati rice line and grains to the Texas-based company Ricetech. This broad patent gives several rights to this Texas-based company Ricetech. India had peril to the US and this take up to the matter to WTO, World Trade Organization. Finally, in the year 2002, the final decision was taken. Ricetech dropped down 15 claims, resulting in clearing the path of Indian basmati rice exposed to the foreign countries, and the patent office ordered the Texas-based company to change the name into Rice Line 1867, and finally fought against that patent and get succeeded. So that's all about the biopiracy. Then I'm going to tell about the application of biotechnology. Let us talk about the application of biotechnology. Biotechnology is one of the most important applied interdisciplinary science. In this lesson, we have already discussed the application of biotechnology in detail. So I'm going to read out the applications. The first point, this technique used in agriculture, medicine, environment and commercial industries. The second point, this technique also used to produce transgenic varieties of plants like BT cotton, golden rice, flavor saver tomato, flavor saver tobacco, cauliflower, potato and banana. Then with the help of biotechnology, we are able to produce resistant plants like pesticide resistant plant, herbicide resistant plant, drought resistant plant. Then with the help of this technique, we are able to produce human insulin and blood protein in E. coli. Then this technique useful in the production of vaccines, enzymes, antibiotics, dairy industry and beverages. Then biochips. Biochips means bio means we are using a DNA or protein. Chip means we are using a computer based chip. Then single cell protein, then secondary metabolites, biofertilizers, biopesticides and enzymes. Finally, it can be used as in biomass energy, biofuel, bioremediation, phytoremediation as environmental biotechnology. So that's all about today's video. If you have any doubt, please clarify with me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.